Have you ever wondered what happens when we cease to exist in this world? It's a question that has intrigued humanity for centuries, sparking countless philosophies and theories. Different cultures, different religions, they all have their unique perspectives on life after death. And each, in its own way, attempts to shed light on this profound mystery. Today, we're going to venture into one such perspective that has been guiding millions around the globe for centuries. Now let's delve into the Islamic perspective of life after death. In Islam, life does not end with death, but rather it's a transition into another realm of existence. This intriguing concept, deeply embedded in the Islamic faith, is a testament to the profound wisdom and philosophical depth that this religion carries. It sets a unique perspective on life and beyond, providing a spiritual framework for understanding our existential journey. There's an enriching quote in the collection of hadiths, Sahih Bukhari, which goes, "When the soul is taken up, the eyes follow it." This statement extends beyond its literal meaning, and carries within itself a wealth of understanding about the essence of life, the inevitability of death. It imparts the wisdom that death isn't an abrupt termination, but rather a crossing over to a different realm of existence. The belief in life after death, central to the Islamic faith, holds a profound reminder of the cyclical nature of existence. It's a philosophical viewpoint that enlightens about the transient nature of life and the everlasting nature of existence. This cyclical perspective serves as a moral compass for Muslims worldwide, guiding them through their earthly journey and inspiring them to lead righteous lives. But how does the concept of life after death function? What is the mechanism behind this existential transition? Let's delve further and try to unravel this profound mystery. The journey begins with the departure of the soul from the body. It's an intriguing moment, filled with mystery and awe. As narrated in Sahih Bukhari, when the eyesight is dazed and the moon eclipses, the soul gently departs from the physical body and embarks on its journey to the beyond. This departure symbolizes the completion of the earthly life and the beginning of an ethereal journey. From here, the soul enters an intermediary realm known as Barzakh. Imagine it as a kind of waiting room, an in-between space that exists between our earthly world and it's a place of reflection. A pause in the journey where the soul comes to terms with the life it has lived and prepares for what lies ahead. This ethereal realm is a resting period before the soul moves on to its next phase, a moment to reflect on the life lived before stepping into what comes next. This transient state of existence is referenced in the hadith of Abu Hurairah, "Between the two blowing of the trumpet, there will be 40. The two blowing of the trumpet signifies the time period between death and resurrection, and the number 40 is symbolic of a length of time. This hadith enlightens us about the soul's period of waiting in Barzakh before it moves on to the next stage. And what comes next? The Day of Judgment. It's a day of profound significance, where every soul stands before the divine, accountable for their deeds in the earthly life. As described in the hadith of Anas bin Malik, the scales of justice will be set up on the day of resurrection. On this day, the actions of every individual are weighed on the scales of divine justice, determining the fate of each soul. But the journey doesn't end there. Based on the divine judgment, the soul is directed to its final abode, either Jannah, the paradise, a place of eternal bliss for the virtuous, or Jahannam, the hellfire, a place of eternal punishment for the evildoers. This is the epitome of the Islamic concept of life after death, a belief system that instills accountability, reward, and punishment into the minds of the faithful. This belief serves as a guiding principle for Muslims, reinforced by numerous hadiths, such as the one narrated by Ibn Umar. All of you are guardians and responsible for your wards and the things under your care. It encourages them to lead lives of kindness and faith, reminding them that every decision has repercussions and every choice matters. So, in this grand scheme of existence, you'd see that in Islam, death conclusion. It's not merely an end but a transition from a transient existence to an eternal one. A transition that's beautifully echoed in Sahih Bukhari, when a human being is laid in his grave and his companions return and he even hears their footsteps, two angels come to him. In essence, Islam, backed by the wisdom imparted in various hadiths, teaches us that death is not the end, but rather a new beginning in a different dimension of existence. This belief, this understanding, allows Muslims to navigate their lives with a sense of purpose, responsibility, and hope for an eternal life beyond the temporal world. As such, Islam presents death not as a cinematic finale but as an intriguing intermission leading to an everlasting existence. So, what are the main points to remember about life after death in Islam? Firstly, there's the belief in the immortality of the soul. Muslims believe that death is not the end, but rather a transition from one state of existence to another. The physical body may perish, but the soul, the essence of a person, continues its journey. Next, let's talk about the stages of the soul after death. It's a journey that's described in 3 stages. The first stage, known as the barzakh, is a period of waiting from the time of death until the day of judgment. The second stage is the day of judgment itself, a day when all souls will be judged by their deeds in this life. The third and final stage is the eternal life in the hereafter. This brings us to the day of judgment. Muslims believe that on this day, every individual will stand before God and be held accountable for their actions. Every deed, every word, every intention will be weighed on a scale of justice. The righteous and virtuous will be rewarded, while those who committed wrong will face consequences. Finally, there's the final abode, heaven or hell. Heaven or Jannah is described as a place of eternal bliss and joy, a reward for those who led a righteous life. Hell or Jahannam, on the other hand, is a place of punishment for those who chose to live a life of wrongdoing. These beliefs about life after death are not just abstract concepts. They play a crucial role in shaping a Muslim's attitude towards death and their behavior in life. The knowledge that their actions in this life will determine their fate in the next encourages Muslims to lead a life of righteousness, compassion, and justice. These beliefs about life after death not only provide hope and solace, but also serve as a moral compass guiding Muslims in their earthly lives. So, there you have it, a brief look at the Islamic view of life after death. We've journeyed through the unseen, explored the Islamic concept of life after death, and highlighted the main points. It's crucial to appreciate these perspectives, as they add depth to our understanding of life and death. They remind us of our shared humanity despite our diverse beliefs. Remember, understanding different perspectives not only expands our knowledge but also fosters mutual respect and coexistence. Until next time.